Good evening. Today I will be presenting my presentation on the topic of the best workout routine that one can do when they're starting out or in general. This project is for my course, Technology and Arts Management, for the presentation project. Now, the main focuses that one has when it comes to weightlifting for bodybuilding, there are three factors that one needs to take in consideration. The three factors are hypertrophy, strength, and endurance. Now, for hypertrophy, that is to gain size, one must carefully track how much they are lifting and must lift in a certain repetition range. That range is 8 to 12 as seen in the slide. And the second factor is to gain strength. Now, for power lifters and those who want to solely focus on building strength, what they must do is they have to lift heavier weights for lower reps. What this does is this stresses the muscle and a significant amount more than when lifting for more reps, more repetitions. Now, for endurance, that is something that most bodybuilders don't take in consideration, but it is a factor that is seen when lifting weights. Now, for endurance, this factor is usually seen and focused on by athletes, as they have to stress their body vigorously for a longer period of time. So endurance is one of the main factors that they have to focus on, and for that they have to use lighter weights, but have to stress on the number of reps they use. They have to make sure they rep out more than 12 reps, more than 15 reps on most exercises throughout their workout sessions. Now, the rule of thumb with the different splits, regardless of which split it is that it has to have adequate volume. Adequate volume is going to help bodybuilders gain the necessary size and strength they require, necessary stimulus for their muscles to grow. The second rule of thumb is there is always room for improvement. What this means is that one will never be stuck at a certain weight forever. They will sure, you will plateau at one point, but then there is always room for progressively overloading that muscle. And that can be done through changing of weights or variations in sets and reps, and trying out different routines over the course of months, as our body does adapt to certain workout routines when given enough time. The third rule of thumb is no matter what routine you choose to work out with, it has to be sustainable, such that one should pick a routine that they can stick to for a longer period of time. Because the one thing you learn over the years when weightlifting is that consistency and nutrition is everything. So if you aren't consistent, you're not going to see the necessary results that you wish to gain. And if, let's say, you overtrain, you want to do more because you're always in a rush, if you're not patient, you're more likely prone to injury, which will lead to further setbacks and in the long run make you not gain the necessary muscle that you wish to obtain. So now let's get into the first routine. The first routine is a pretty simple one. It's one of the more easier ones to understand, and it's working one muscle group a day. What this means is that you'll, out of the 7 days a week, you will be going to the gym essentially every day, but you'll only be working one muscle group a day. Maybe you go to the gym and just work chest. Next day you might work legs. Next day you might work biceps. What this does is this allows for sufficient time for your muscles to recover, as after working one muscle group, you are giving it practically 3, 4, 5 days before you break it down again. And another good feature about this workout routine, which I really enjoy, is that it can be finished in 20 to 30 minutes. It's super easy to fit into any schedule, and it allows for greater specialization of each group. The next one is a more advanced workout routine. This routine is called daily undulating periodization, or DUP. What this means is that you will be essentially using 3 to 4 compound lifts, that is lifts that use more than one muscle group, like the bench press or squat or deadlift, and doing only these 3 exercises across 3 days a week, and focusing on the volume and weight and tracking it, making sure that you do increase it every week. And this, till now, I feel is one of the most effective, personally, in my opinion. Next one is also another favorite of mine, that is push-pull legs. It's super easy to understand. Push essentially means that any push motion that has to do with using your chest, your triceps, your shoulders, while pull is using your back, a bit of your rear delts, and your biceps, while legs is self-explanatory. The benefits of it is that you will hit each muscle group twice a week. You have room to add different variations of different workouts, adding more plyometrics, adding more different intensity, like changing up the intensity of the workout to your pleasing. The next one is the upper and lower. Now, the great thing about the upper and lower workout is that you will be hitting each muscle group thrice a week, and it's super easy to start with, and it is one of the routines that I usually recommend to anyone who is just starting out, because it is super simple to follow. That you will just hit your upper body for 1 day, 2 days a week, while you're hitting your lower body 2 days a week, and you can increase the intensity of it by maybe going 6 times a week and hitting the upper body thrice a week, or hitting the lower body thrice a week as well. So there's a good amount of frequency and a good amount of volume. It's practically a cross between the DUP and the push-pull legs. Now, the full body workout, it's a skeptical one. Like, not many people in the fitness industry recommend this workout, but it recently has started to get more recognition through more studies. One specific study is saying that full body workouts have a higher chance of greater fat burn, which is one of the most desired features in a bodybuilder's career. Next slide is essentially I'm just going to be breaking down the basics. If you're a beginner, I would recommend the full body workout, one muscle group a day workout, or upper lower workout. If you're intermediate, I would recommend upper lower push pull legs, one muscle group a day, full body 4 times a week, while advanced would be push pull legs, DUP, upper lower 6 times a week, full body 5 to 6 times a week. As you become more advanced, you would definitely need a greater stimulus, and that would mean for more frequency. And now, in conclusion of this video, I would just like to say that each of the programs have its pros. Each of the program has its pros, but they also have their cons. One of the major cons is that if you do any of them, if you overdo any of them, you will lead to overtraining and your joints will not be able to handle it, which will end up in injury, and that isn't recommended. But what this entire presentation is there to show you is that bodybuilding is more intricate than just lifting a weight off the ground. There is so much more detail that goes in it. And another factor I just need to state is that the number one key to success for any program is that it requires good nutrition, along with the necessary consistency and an adequate, a good program to follow. So thank you for attending my presentation. This is Ameer Akhtar, and yeah.